Alright guys, so I just took a trade right here on this 15-minute engulfing. Now I don't know if this trade is actually going to go up, but the reason I went in is because it will be high reward if this truly is the break of this trend line. So I was willing to take the trade. I'm only risking like 30 on this one. It will be worth it because if it does go up, let's say, even though it looks like it's going down right now, first TP would be 70 pips, second TP will be 160 pips. So the trade is nearing TP. I could take profit right here because my fibs are telling me to take profit right here, but I am aiming for the quarter point right above it right here. We started with about 100. We are nearing about $200 on the account. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but I'll just screenshot this and I'll put that in the video. I also called out this trade in the School of God. So if you're not in the School of Gods, make sure you join the School of Gods. What is you doing? I literally said potential entry on GJ. I said I didn't like the risk reward because I usually try to risk like 20, but it was like 30. I still went in anyway. I said take it your own risk, doesn't look bad, and this trade is basically playing out. This is a pretty good trade. This is about, let me see how many pips we got. This is about 5x your money, and like I said, I called this out. So anybody that's in the School of Gods who's learning how to trade literally could have 5x their money by simply just trading a trade that I took. So I don't know why you playing. Click the link in the description, join the School of Gods. I also gotta shout out my boy, hold on, I gotta shout out my dog. Hold up, my boy Luke, he just joined this week. He's been learning my plan and he caught this trade last night worth 85 pips. That's 8x your money. 8x your money, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, he caught it from right down here. Perfect entry. That's what I like to see. We don't get drawdown in the School of Gods, bro. Yo, y'all playing, bro. Hey, join the School of Gods if y'all trying to learn how to trade. If y'all trying to make money on this side. But we eating over here. Oh, okay, we hit 200. We hit 200. We hit the, I just had to make sure I got that screenshot. I'm leaving a runner. I got one position left open. I called out this trade. If you ain't in the School of Gods, I don't know what you're doing because we making bread over here. I'm gonna be real. The trade that I took, it looked like it could have went either way. It really looked like it could have went either way. So I'm gonna really break down how I came to the conclusion of buying instead of actually selling. Because I mean, as you can see, like we were in this downtrend. We did have this trend line and everything like that. Now I'm gonna give you guys a little breakdown on how and why I took the trade that I took today. Because like I said, it was a little iffy. I feel like an inexperienced trader probably wouldn't have known to take a trade right there, right? Now, I can't give y'all all the secrets because most of these secrets are going to be in the School of Gods. I have to make sure I share the secrets to the members in the School of Gods, and I can't just give everything out to the public because I don't need this market playing against me. But I'm going to give y'all a little bit of the game. The real thing is that I can show you this breakdown. I can show you exactly how to be rich. And if you don't have your mind right, you're going to find a way to fold. You're going to find a way to get emotionally involved in the market. And your emotions are going to cause you to do things that you wouldn't normally do in a rational mind. So I can tell you exactly how to be rich and you can still mess it up. Trading is more than just, I can show you setups all day. I can show you how to make money and do this all day. But if you don't have your mind right, you're going to lose your money. I'm not going to get too deep into this. Like I said, if you want the secrets, join the School of Gods because I'm not just teaching people how to trade. I'm teaching people how to get their mind right. First things first, we're going to look at the charts. So I'm seeing here on the hour. Usually I'm on the daily, but like since we're on the daily, we're kind of so high up. There's really no structure for me to look at. Like, look, if I look left, do you see how blank it is? There's nothing for me to look at. I wasn't really paying attention to the daily as much. Like, if I want to see any type of structure, I have to go to the weekly and look all the way to the left. So like we're approaching a weekly level. You know what I'm saying? But like right now, the weekly and the daily aren't going to do much for me. You know, I could draw something here, and then when we get to this level, I can worry about it. But right now, there's nothing for me to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about the daily. I'm not worried about the weekly right now. I need to go down to the hour charts and see what's going on. I don't use the 4 hour too much unless I need clarity on the hour. But right now, the hour is pretty clean. So what I was seeing on the hour, first thing I noticed was this trend line. I'm doing this thing now where I actually mark up my charts every single day now. I think it's just better for your mental because like kind of reinforces your trading plan. It reminds you, okay, how should you be looking at the market? If you leave your markups on your charts throughout weeks, you start to skew the market to your expectations of what you want to see. So I like to refresh the market every single day, and I just like to redraw my technicals based on what the market is giving me right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to put expectations into the market. That's the first thing when it comes to getting your mind right. So first thing I saw was this trend line, and it kind of made me mad because like I predicted this trend line from this very first lower high right here. Now you may ask, how would you be able to predict this trend line from all the way from this simple move right here? I can't give y'all all the keys. That is in the school of gods, you feel me? But that is a part of the secrets. That is a part of the Tesla code. My trading plan is based on a lot of the theories based on Nikola Tesla's theory of 3, 6, and 9. You feel me? But I can't go too deep into it because I don't need too many people using my trading plan and then the market playing against us. You feel me? Because this is how we making bread. I don't need nobody messing this up. You feel me? So if you want to be a part of the culture that actually knows, you feel me? This is a secret society at this point, you know what I'm saying? Link in the description. I saw this trend line. I predicted this and I was so mad that I didn't catch this trade specifically right here because, bro, this trade right here, if I go down to the 15 minute, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna draw a few things here. I'm gonna draw this. This is the very first thing that messed me up, you feel me? Because like I saw, okay, we broke this support right here. Whenever you see clear support and resistances, make sure you draw a box there because a lot of times they like to retest that. I saw that, you know, this support was broken and then it looked like it was possibly becoming a resistance when it came back here. You know what I'm saying? And it was also touching this trend line. So then if I go down to the 15 minute, I mean, bro, we have clear movements on the seller sides. Like the buyers could not beat these sellers. Look how they engulfed right here. They engulfed right here. Easy money, bro. Easy money. I actually did catch a little bit of the move. Like, but when I woke up, it was like 7. And I think it was like all the way around here. And I caught a little bit of it down going down. But that was it. Like I said, I predicted this trend line. I didn't catch this move. So it was a little, it was making me a little mad. But I control myself. You got to make sure you control yourself. Because a lot of traders, they'll get mad. They'll be like, oh, I got to make my money back. You feel me? Like, no. Trade when the market gives you an opportunity. The moment you start chasing the market, this is not, you feel me? Like I'm telling you, there's so much mindset that goes into trading that you don't understand. This is 48 laws of power now. This is, you know, make people come to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in a power position when people come to you. So you want to see the market come to one of your key areas, your areas of interest. Once that happens, then you enter the market. But the moment you say, oh no, I'm going to chase the market, I'm just going to jump in the market right now. No, you just folded. That's exactly what the market wanted you to do. And that's what it will do. There's a lot of times liquidity grabs is literally that. When the market will shoot in one direction just for it to go in the other direction. It's just grabbing traders that are chasing the market. Stop chasing the market. That's how you lose money. So I went on the hour chart. There wasn't really much else to really draw. I mean, like there's this trend line right here. There was a support that was broken right here. I mean, I could draw like a support down here, but it's so irrelevant to what's going on right now. I don't need to worry about that right now, right? So when I saw the trade, let me actually rewind. This is what I saw when I woke up. So remember what I just said actually. Remember what I just said about how I was so mad that I didn't catch this sell earlier in the week. And what's crazy is I lost the trade last night because I tried to sell again last night right here because I was like, oh, maybe I can finally get a chance to resell right here. Even though I knew based on my trading plan that if I look over here, I see a support right here. For those in the school of gods, you see a right here. Look to the left, look for a support. I saw this. And this is the same trade that Luke took. This is the same trade that my boy Luke took. Shout out to Luke. He saw that triple. He went in on that third engulfing, bro. Easy money. My boy Luke made easy money off this setup. You feel me? But I was looking at it wrong because of what happened in the past about me being angry of not catching these sells over here. Because if I was thinking rationally, I would have known that I've said before. I'll tell you guys this in the school of gods that if you see a trend line and if it gets hit 3 times, so this is one hit. Yes, I know I see that it gets hit 3 times here, but that's consolidation. I want to see when it pushes off the trend line. So now this is 2. This entire section is 2 to me. So that's 1, 2. Trend line got hit 3 times. So now it's due a break. It doesn't always have to break now, but it's due a break. If I was looking at this market rationally, I probably would have took this same setup that Luke took. Cause that's a great trade. That is a great trade. And look how the market spiked up and it was a pink zone fib. No wonder it spiked up. Look at how much momentum it had. It shot up. Easy 95 pips. Easy 9x. Almost 10x. If you went all the way up, obviously, I wouldn't have recommended you go to the moon. But potential 15x your money. Just like that. I wasn't looking at the market rationally. So I missed that trade. I actually lost the trade last night. But you can't now, just because you lost the trade, now say, oh no, I don't know if I should even enter the market. Because now you start second guessing yourself. You start second guessing your plan. You're like, oh no, I don't. Maybe I shouldn't even trade today. I just lost. Like, oh, I'm pathetic. Oh, like you start calling yourself names and stuff like this because you lost one trade. You have to understand that losing is a part of the game. The moment you think I cannot lose, I have to win, you're gonna find some way to self-sabotage. You're gonna find some way. I'm telling you. Or you're gonna find some way to get so overconfident you think you are the market, you think you know it all. You're not gonna put a stop loss or anything like that, which is another member in the school of gods. Like I said, some of us making money, some of us are still dealing with the mental. I just gotta shout out to Zeno, because he had said, he hit me up this morning and he said, yo bro, could you help me out with entries? I lost hella because of liquidity sweeps. My dumbass didn't have a stop loss. And then I read that and I was like, liquidity sweeps, what do you mean? So I looked at his trades and I saw that he won the last trade. He bought, but then he tried to sell afterwards. So he was counter trend trading, first of all. And then I see that he upped the lots. See, the thing is that a lot of people will let the previous trade dictate their next trade. So if you won the last few trades, some people that don't have control over the psychology, they're gonna get so fucking happy. Now they think they know it all. They think they're God. They up the lot size on the next trade because they're like, oh man, this is easy. You think nothing can go wrong. You don't even put a stop loss like he did. Talking about he didn't put a stop loss. You didn't put a stop loss because you stopped following your plan because you were so high off trading. You hear what I'm saying? Same thing if you lose, you could get so depressed off trading. If you let the last trade affect you, stop thinking trade by trade, thinking sample sizes. So I lost this trade over here. So I believe I went in, let me go down to the 5 minute. I tried to sell, I think around this area right here. And I think I had my stop loss around like 250. Yeah. And I was trying to go back down to here. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because if I was thinking rationally, I would have seen how weak the market really was. And like, it couldn't push. It wasn't pushing. You know what I'm saying? So if I had known, I wouldn't have done that. But it is what it is. But I didn't let it affect me. Because then I woke up in the morning and I said, okay, bet. I saw it was around this area right here. And I started to analyze the market. Now, remember in the beginning of the video, I was talking about how you need to know your enemy, that trading is more than just learning about the markets. And I've already exemplified that a few times in this video. When it comes to trading and it comes to knowing your enemy, you have to understand there's buyers and there's sellers. In order for you to make money, somebody else has to lose money. You know what I'm saying? So if you actually know who you playing chess with, and if you know how they like to play, and you know what they thinking, what their next move is, you have a higher likelihood of winning, right? So Sun Tzu is a war general. He wrote this book called The Art of War. In this book, he has a lot of quotes, and like, it's not even just pertaining to battle, it's actually pertaining to so many different things if you actually look at life. He says, I'm actually gonna read a little backwards. He says, if you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. And that seems to make sense, right? Like, if you don't know your strengths and weaknesses, you don't even know your enemy's strengths and weaknesses, how are you gonna win? The entire battle is unpredictable. You don't even know how to use your own abilities. You don't even know how to use your combos. Like if you're playing Mortal Kombat and you don't even know your enemy's combos, you're going to get mixed up. Ain't no way you're going to win. You'll succumb in every battle, as Sun Tzu says. Now, the next one says, if you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know your trading plan, you have a nice little trading plan, you know when you want to enter and everything like that. Or maybe like over here, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to sell, but I didn't look and see what was my enemy thinking. I only knew myself. I only knew my side. I was like, oh, you know, there's a nice trend line right here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're retesting this area right here. That was, you know, a resistance right here. So maybe it's a resistance again. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what's going on right here, right? So that's what I'm thinking. But I didn't even think to understand, okay, what are the buyers thinking? You may win a few times. Yeah, you know your side. You feel me? Like if I had sold right here, shit, I would have made some bread. You know what I'm saying? It's all, you're going to win sometimes, but for every victory you win, you're also going to suffer defeat. You know what I'm saying? Now it's 50-50. So what I'm saying right here is that you can't just think about, oh, I just want to sell. You also need to think about, okay, what are the buyers thinking as well? And I teach this in the School of Gods. I teach this heavy. You know what I'm saying? I remember I did this in one of my lives.
Yeah, I was doing what you were doing too, like trying to think about opposite of the market.
Good.
Like, where people are hopping out.
Nah, yeah, that shit really helped out a lot. Like trying to understand the other side's perspective. And
you have to.
That really helped me out so far.
You have to know the enemy. You have to know the other side. You can't just think about your side. If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Now, I know this is about Forex, but now I'm teaching you about life. And like I said, this is more than just trading. Because if you don't understand things like this, you're going to lose your money. I'm telling you, if I know my trading plan, I know what I'm supposed to buy. I know what I'm supposed to sell. I know what I'm looking for, but I'm also accounting for what is my opponent thinking? What's my opponent's next move? What are the sellers thinking if I'm trying to buy? If I do that, it makes it even higher likelihood for me to be correct. So this is basically what I woke up to and I saw. If I look at the 15, it almost looks like we're on this trend line again. There's some people that probably saw this and probably just like, let me draw the trend line over here like this. Oh, it's just respecting the trend line again. It's just retesting this again. And they were like, oh, I should try to sell, right? And I was like, that's a possibility. Remember, I took a buy this morning. Why did I take a buy? Well, what I did was I decided anytime I enter the market now, I want to make sure I'm accounting for both sides. I want to do what Sun Tzu was saying, and I want to know myself, and I also want to know my enemy, and then I won't have to fear the result of 100 battles. 100 battles is so important, especially in Forex, is because, like I said, losing is inevitable. You're going to lose sometimes. So instead of thinking trade by trade, think in sample sizes. What's my percentage? What's my win percentage over 100 trades, for example? What I decided was that anytime I enter the market, what I want to start doing is I want to start accounting for what do I want to do? What's my bias? And then also thinking, what is the enemy thinking? You know what I'm saying? So what I did was that I said, okay, bet. It's a possibility the sellers might want to come in. Remember, I'm gonna put my trend line back to where I had it. This is where I had it. There's a possibility sellers might want to come in right here, but I want to buy. So let's count and see why sellers might come in right here, right? I was like, okay, but we have a trend line. That is one reason why the sellers might try to sell right here. Okay, so that's one. We're gonna put up a 1. I went to the 5 minute actually, and I saw this weird formation, which you can make an argument for as being a head and shoulders pattern, a really ugly head and shoulders pattern, especially if I like do it like this. A head and shoulders is a reversal pattern. So I was like, okay, that's 2 reasons why this might go down. What's another reason? If I look to the left, I see that we have a potential resistance right here. So that is 3 reasons why people might be trying to sell right now, because everybody's looking at this market differently. I must know my enemies as well as myself. So I was like, okay, that's 3 reasons why sellers might want to go in. Now I want to buy. Why would I want to buy now? Okay, it looks like it broke this resistance and it's now retesting it. It looks like this trend line, I like how this trend line is drawn. It looks like this trend line has been broken. It's also being retested. I see that the 15-minute EMA is green and that it's also touching price right here. That is 3 reasons. If I go to the 5 minutes, I see that we have a support right here. That is 4 reasons. 4 reasons to the sellers, 3 reasons. So I came to the conclusion that this is an iffy trade right now. However, I'm going to be biased a buy because based on my trading plan, I have more reasons as to why I should buy than as why I should sell. And there are other traders thinking the exact same way as me. And if I have 4 confluences for buys and 3 confluences for sells, then there's one more group of traders on my side that also wants to buy. You gotta understand that the only reason this market even moves is because other traders decided to buy or sell in the same area you decided to. The reason it moves is because there's people buying and selling it at all times. So you wanna be on the side of the winning side. It's that simple. So the market consolidates if there's a balance between the buyers and sellers. So now the market doesn't know where to go. And then it'll go down or up if there's an imbalance between the buyers and sellers. A lot of traders don't understand that. And it's because you're not on Wall Street anymore. So you don't understand that there's other traders behind this. You're not just moving candles, bro. There's people behind this. If you start to think like that, you'll start to get closer to the right perspective. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing coaching. Like I said, join the School of Gods. So I was like, bet, my bias is a buy. I was like, I need to see some type of reason to go in. I need to see an engulfing. So I went to the 5, and I was hoping that would do something. That didn't do anything. I was hoping that would do something. I see rejection there too. I was like, I'm not liking what's going on right here. So I went to the 15 though, and this closed with this engulfing right here. This was the exact setup that I did take. The reason for my entry was this engulfing right here. And like I said, there was so much more that went into this, looking at this mentally, than just seeing an engulfing. You have to understand that. Like some of you traders, you know how to make money, but you always end up losing it somehow. And it's because it's something with your mind that you fucking up on. I saw this engulfing. I was like, bet, okay, now I need to know my target. I just aimed for this quarter point right here. 6x my money, just like that. I basically went in on $15. So basically $15 times 6, give or take, because conversions and stuff. So that's how I basically flipped that 100 to 200. And you got to understand that in the video when I'm explaining how I went in, you can see the market going down. Watch this. It will be worth it because if it does go up, let's say, even though it looks like it's going down right now, first TP would be 70 pips. It went down And I don't freak out because I accepted the risk beforehand before I even entered the trade. So I was like, I might lose. It's okay. The market's unpredictable. It's random. I can't predict everything that's going to happen. I don't know what every single trader's thinking in the world, but based on probability, based on my plan, it should do this. It's likely to do this. But I'm never going to be right 100%. That's what I had to tell Zeno too. Because like I said, he lost money because he got too happy after winning a trade. He made $62. My boys out here 50%, 100% in their account. I love seeing it. I love seeing it. But you feel high off life doing that. So I understand. Bro, I told him, I was like, bro, I see you. You just like me, bro. You just like me. Because when I was in the early stages of trading, I was doing the same thing, bro. I was doing the same thing. I would get so high. I'm like, man, I know this, bro. Start upping the lot size. And then you end up blowing your account. That's what he did. He blew his account. All because he got too high. He stopped following the rules. Didn't even have a stop loss. Ended up losing money because he didn't predefine the risk beforehand. That's why I always do that. And that it keeps me emotionless. Because old me, when I saw this go down, I probably would be like, I was in 3 trades in this moment. Remember that? I probably would have been like, oh, let me take out one. Let me take out one. It's probably the smartest thing to do. Let me just take out the money. Not knowing it was going to go up. This is where we at present day, actually. You know what I'm saying? And I called out this trade in the School of Gods too. There was so much more that went into that trade than just simply seeing it engulfing. You know what I'm saying? And how I found my future projections are even higher than that. But once again, that's for the School of Gods. I can't give y'all everything. If you're not in the School of Gods, I can't just give out the secrets to everybody. I can't. I don't trust this matrix one bit. I'm sorry. Hopefully, free Andrew Tate, you know what I'm saying? But I don't trust this matrix at all. So I'm just keeping it low key because I don't need nobody fucking up the play. Because I'm going to get this bread. I'm gonna buy an island and I'm gonna start my own civilization where we can all be free and just dedicate life to innovation and evolution. Yeah, shouldn't the point be to like create a new renaissance? You know what I'm saying? Like if that was one of the most prosperous times of humanity, why aren't we trying to recreate that every single day? But that's basically why I took the trade. I can tell y'all all day how to make money, but you won't be able to do it until you have the same mind. And that's why it's the same way, like billionaires and millionaires can tell you exactly what to do, but if you don't have their mindset, you won't be able to do it. It's going to take time for a lot of you to actually get to that point where your mind is actually right. You know what I'm saying? That's why like when I got a mentor, it made it so much easier for me because then I could take out years of experience from them, learn from them, and I get to cut corners. You know what I'm saying? It just makes it so much easier. Zeno blew his account. What's crazy is when I didn't have anybody and I was doing this, I was thinking the solution was to go to the market and find more setups. Find out how I can never lose a trade again. And that's exactly what he said. He said, yo, bro, could you help me out with entries? The first thing he decided to do was think, oh, there's something wrong with my plan. Your plan is never going to be 100%. Remember that. There's so much more that goes into this. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in actually learning how to become a trader and think like a trader, because until you learn how to think like a trader, you got to understand that trading is 70% psychology. So if you only got 30%, you're not going to be successful. If you want to be successful, like me and the other guys, once again, I want to shout out my boy Luke, bro. I got to shout out my boy Luke. I love seeing all the gods and goddesses make money in the School of Gods, bro. That makes me happy. I ain't gonna lie. That's what really makes me happy. He caught this trade. Perfect entry, no drawdown, 85 pips. That is 8x your money. And then I called out a trade in the morning. Anybody could have ate with me. Click the link in the description. Join the School of Gods if you're trying to be successful.